All right, we are on the air.
Awesome.
Woohoo!
Cool. All right. So, um, yeah, Garrett, you're still driving, right?
Yeah, I am. I've still got about 10 minutes till I get home, but I'm okay. I can talk a little bit. So,
Okay.
Well, we are you the one that got all the way up through 15?
yeah, uh-huh.
So we need you to be able to explain stuff to us.
Cuz I mean most of them that I found they were all in the book and in the notes. So
Okay.
that was kind of I haven't really done all the ones with the math problems yet. I was going to save those when I had a minute to sit down and write them out. So,
Saving those for us, right?
yeah, but for number 1, I had B as in Bravo. Um, GDP is used to. I'm not going to read it. I'm
Yeah.
driving, but
Yeah,
yeah,
that's fine.
I did B. Is that what you guys have got, or still figuring it out?
Yeah.
Okay, and then for number 2, I had C for Charlie, and then for number 3, I had A for Apple. Number
Wait a second.
4,
Wait a
yeah,
second.
go ahead.
So number 1, you had it's used to I'm sorry. My assignment isn't pulling up. I mean it is. It's just moving really slow. Um so you had B as in Bravo boy for number 1.
Yeah,
There we go. Okay.
all right. And then, yeah, number 2, I had C for Charlie.
Okay. And I had B as in Bravo for number 2, but I could have it wrong because I didn't submit mine yet.
Yeah, I haven't submitted yet either. I was just kind of skimming the notes, trying to do as much as I could while I was still at work. So I could be wrong too. I was just kind of that was as best as I could figure out for the time being. So
Well, let me try to pull up the PowerPoint and the book, and maybe we can try to find something in that. So there's a particular circular flow diagram. Is that in the book?
okay.
I'm pulling it up right now.
I don't.
I'm really sorry. I have some stuff done in here, but my son's wedding was Friday, and
Oh, that's a pretty good excuse.
well, and it was 4 states away, and his wife now, his fiance then, her dad went into the hospital the day before and then died the day after.
Oh no, are you
No.
serious?
And so it's just been I'm not on top of my game right now.
Oh geez. Well, that's totally fine.
Yeah, that's awful.
Okay, so I have it open. I bought the books. So it's on page 191. I don't know if you have the book or not. The circular flow diagram, is that what you're looking at, Brian?
I'm trying to find it. Yeah, I've got um the virtual book open up.
Okay.
Do you know which section that's in?
Chapter 10. And it's like, let's see. It's right after, let's 10.1 or 10-1, the economy's income and expenditure, right
Okay.
at the beginning.
Yep. There it is. I see it.
Okay, so the GDP is the total amount that's spent.
It also equals the total wages rent and profit paid by firms in the market. Okay.
Okay, so in the GDP accounts, production equals, let's see. We were looking at number 3 or number 2?
We're looking at number 2.
Okay.
So I think C is right because it's not the total revenue minus the payments for production. It's like the total revenue
Plus.
or the so it's because it says it's the amount spent by households in the market for goods and services, which would be the revenue, wouldn't it? The amount spent by households. Yeah, so that's the revenue, but it also equals the wages, rent, and profit paid by firms. So it's one or the other. It's not like the revenue minus the payments. It's either the revenue or the payments.
Okay. So you're saying it is
It's
C?
C. Yeah.
Okay. And that's what you said, Garrett?
Yeah, I had C for Charlie.
Okay. I'm so sorry. I'm not totally. I do have some of the other math ones done.
You're fine.
You're totally fine. There's no worries here.
Okay.
And then number 3, I had A for alpha.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3. Okay.
Is that what you guys had?
No, but that's okay. Let's see.
Yeah. So on that same page, Rachel.
Yeah.
The third paragraph says GDP measures 2 things at once: the total income of everyone in the economy and the total expenditure on the economy's output. So it's the total income and the total expenditure.
So we're on number 3.
Yeah. So A is correct, I think.
Okay.
On that.
And then I put A for alpha, apple.
For 3.
For number 4.
For 4.
Or wait, which number are we on? Sorry.
Number 4 now.
We're on 4 now. Yeah. Yeah. I guess I can share my screen. Then looking at my face. Oops. Okay. Yeah. So then question 5.
That one I know.
Yeah. What is that one?
Okay. So this was, suppose that an economy produces 20,000 units of good A and it sells for $3 a unit. And so basically what we're going to do is we're going to figure out the total amount for good A when it sells, and then 40 units of good B, what it sells for at 1 unit, and then the production of good A. So this is going to be a division problem. So the total cost of good A is going to be 20,000 times 3 for 60,000. And then you're going to divide that by the total production cost for unit B, which is 40,000, because it's 40,000 times $1 per unit. So it's going to be 60,000 divided by 40,000. And then, you know, you take 20,000 out of, divide each by 20,000. So that gives you 3 halves, or 3 halves times as much to the GDP as the production cost of good A, or good B. So it's going to be B as in Bravo.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, cool.
Garrett, did you have that, or did you come up with a different answer?
I actually didn't do that one, but that I follow your math. It makes perfect sense to me.
Okay, just disclaimer, I have the right to be wrong.
Yeah, and I'll totally go through it, but I mean, I totally get 20,000 times 3 and 40,000 times 1, so I think that makes sense.
So as far as for studying, I'm trying to just pick out like the cue phrases as to how to help me set up the question. So the production of good A contributes to the production of good B. And that was basically, that's kind of the formula. It's going to be the cost, the production cost over of A over the production cost of B. And so then I knew that's a comparative. So it's dividing A over B. And that's how I set it up.
Okay.
Did I just make that really confusing?
No, I think that, I mean, I'm going to go through and study all these later for sure, but I do follow what you're saying, so.
I wish I had my notes, or could get on the video part, because then I could show you my notes here. Anyway, what about question 6?
So for number 6, we're basically just adding and subtracting all the little things as good.
So I came up with answer D.
Like what? D as in Delta or B as in Bravo?
Delta.
Yeah, that's what I had also.
Okay, so Brian, did you get that one, or did you want some explanation on it?
No, I got that as well.
Okay.
Yeah, and I haven't done number 7. I kind of didn't do the ones with math just because I was trying to hurry.
Yeah, I totally get that. Okay, did you do that one, Brian? I have, let's see, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have those done, but then from 12, 13, yeah, I don't have the rest done.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to look over all these.
Yeah, so I have 9, 10. I did number 12, 13, and 14. So I guess I didn't do number 15 yet.
Okay. So let's see. Number 9. Where are we at?
We're on 7.
Okay, number 7. So for number 7, how I figured it out is I just went and made a little chart of how much everything was going to cost at the end. So the original amount was, let's see, 5 pounds at $10. So the original amount was 2 pounds per dollar. And then he resold it. So this was my next line. I did 3 pounds per $4.50. And so that equaled $13.50. So my original line is $2 per pound. The resale line is $13.50 per pound. And then my third line was 2 pounds for $8. So that was $8 total. And then I just added those up. $13.50 and $8 for a total of $21.50.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, because it was how much it added the value to it. Otherwise, it would have been $31.50 if we allocated each and everything out. But they're asking for how much is added. So that original $10 doesn't get counted in.
Right. Okay. Cool. That makes sense.
Well, it didn't make sense to me until my tutor person explained it.
Well, your explanation was good and like made sense.
She just explained to me that the reason that the original $10 did not get counted in is because the original $10 was you count what reaches the consumer and what the consumer spends.
Right.
And so, yeah. Okay. So number 8. Let's see. Number 8, I got 8 million. And again, the reason why is because the original farmer, they're selling $3 million worth of corn. That $3 million purchase isn't actually going to the consumer, and the GDP counts what the consumption cost, what the consumer pays.
Okay.
And so then we go through and it says $8 million worth of cereal is produced with sales of $7 million. But an unsold $1 million worth of cereal remains in inventory at the end of the year. And so she said that it's $8 million because $1 million is counted as an investment cost because it's inventory. And so it's like they're purchasing it and therefore they're the consumer, the company. And so that makes the 8 million. But I don't know for sure. Let me do a Google check on that and see if that's accurate or not.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So the book says that the GDP includes goods and services currently produced.
Okay.
So since there was 8 million produced, that's how much it contributed to the GDP, right?
I think so. I'm not sure. Okay. Anyway, is that consistent with what you're seeing?
Yeah.
Okay. So number 9.
So consider 2 items that might be included in GDP: the estimated rental value of owner-occupied housing and purchases of newly constructed homes. How are these 2 items accounted for when GDP is calculated?
So I chose D as in David or Delta. And the reason why I selected that one is because the estimated rental value of a house that somebody already lives in, that's not a purchasing or expense or an income or anything. That's more like an opportunity cost. And, you know, it's costing them not getting a rental check because they're choosing to live there.
Right.
And so that doesn't have anything to do with the GDP.
Yeah, like no one's actually renting it out. It's just the estimated rental value of how much they could potentially rent it out if they did rent it.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Cool. So number 10, the city of Ann Arbor, Michigan buys a police car manufactured in Germany. The GDP accounts that this transaction is included in. Would that be considered a government expenditure if it's a police car?
I think so. And an import.
On goods and services by local, state, and federal governments. Yeah. So I think government pays a salary. Salary is part of the government purchase. Government pays social benefits. Transfer payments. Okay. Yeah. I think that would count as a government purchase. So I would say B on that.
Yeah. And because it came from Germany into the United States, it would be B, the imports,
Right.
because it's not being exported.
Right. Cool. So question 11, in the economy of Tajikistan, in 2015, consumption was 3,000, exports were 1,200, GDP was 8,000, government purchases were 1,200, imports were 600. Oh geez.
Okay, so let's see. This I where do I put messages? Can I put messages on here? I don't know where to put it. Anyway, so did you guys already work this out?
I'm working on it right now.
Yeah, I haven't yet.
Okay, so they already give us the GDP, and they're wanting to know what's the investment portion of the formula. And so there's the GDP formula, the one that I have, and there's several different ways you can write it out. So, but with the headings that they gave us, I'm using the GDP formula of consumption plus investment plus government spending plus, in parentheses, exports minus imports. And they're wanting to know what is the investment portion of that formula. And we know what consumption and government spending and the imports and the exports cost are. And we know what GDP is. So I just set it up as $8,000, the GDP, and then we're subtracting the consumption of 3,000, and then subtracting the government purchases of 1,200. And then we are subtracting the difference of the imports of the exports minus the imports.
Right.
And so then that's going to be equaling 3,200.
Yeah, that's what I got.
So that's A.
Yeah. Sweet. Okay. So then question 12. Table below contains data for country for 2010. What were country A's imports? So I guess this is the same thing. We just have to figure out. We just have to total it all up. Does this give us the GDP?
I'm not sure. Hang on. I have to set up a chart. Otherwise, I never understand it if I don't have it in front of me.
Foreign purchases of domestically produced goods. So, so it would only be $88 because the only thing that would be an import is foreign purchases of domestically produced goods, right? I mean, nothing else is really an import.
Are you saying like the answer is?
Yeah, the answer is C.
I'm not sure on this one.
Because like we can't calculate the import the same way we did for question 11 because we don't know the actual GDP. But the only thing in this data that's actually an import is this one here, and so the only import would be $88.
Well, hold on. That's an export.
That's an import.
Foreign purchases of domestically produced goods. $88. Is that?
Oh wait, no. Yeah, you're right. That is an export, isn't it?
Yeah. So export.
We're exporting it to them. So domestic purchase of a foreign good, that would be the import. So it's D, right?
So hold on a second. That's 120.
Yeah, I think it would be D. D for Delta, right?
Yeah.
I kind of think it might be D.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. I was just getting those swapped around.
So just out of curiosity, the GDP, I mean, are we able to figure that out from all the information? Because you have household purchases, right?
Yeah, I mean, we would, but we have to include the imports in that anyway. So we already know what the imports are.
Right. And were there any government? Yeah, there are government purchases. Okay, just for my own brain.
Yeah.
So the consumption one is just going to be like a combination of all of those things, or many of them.
Yeah, several of them. Okay, so question 13. The GDP deflator for years subsequent to the base year measures the change in blank. The GDP deflator? What is that?
GDP, look it up. GDP. Page 200. And then also 218. So that's going to be after section, let's see, 10-4B. 10-4B.
Oh, yep, there it is. Okay, so that's the nominal GDP over the real GDP times 100.
What the heck is a nominal GDP?
That's an excellent question.
I don't know.
I bet Google knows. Let's check it out. All right. Nominal GDP. That measures the value of all finished goods and services produced by a country at their current market price.
Yeah, so it's on the page before that under 10.4a. So the production of goods and services valued at current prices is the nominal, and then the amount produced that is not affected by changes in prices, which is the production of goods and services valued at constant prices. Okay. So the deflator measures the change in nominal GDP from base year that cannot be attributable to a change in real GDP. Okay, so that would be A for the quiz. Doesn't mean I really understand what that means, though.
You know, when I took the first economics class, I just went through and re-memorized all of these questions from all of the tests, and it really helped. There was a lot of questions that they're just exactly the same question.
Huh.
Okay.
That's good, though. That is good.
So did you guys get A for that one then? That sound right?
I'm
Yeah,
still,
I think it is.
I think it is, but I'm double checking.
Okay.
The change in nominal GDP from the base year that cannot be attributable to a change in real GDP. Yes. Yep,
Okay.
that's what I got.
Sweet.
Yeah. Looks
All
good
right.
to me.
So question 14.
14, I had D as in Delta.
D is in delta.
Yeah.
What year is this country's choosing nominal highest?
Because I think you just, you add up, or not add them up, but you multiply each little price times the quantity of whatever their own years are, and you just go with the biggest number, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that would have been D. Yeah. That's what I had.
As in 2017.
Correct. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice. Cool. So question 15.
Yeah. So for 15, kind of the same thing. You're just taking their outputs of everything, figuring out how much they grew. And so I haven't like quite finished it yet, but it's looking like it's C for Charlie is what I'm guessing so far.
C for Charlie. Okay.
I mean, all the other numbers are kind of big, giant, 30% plus, and just looking at it, I don't think it's 30% or even more than that. So let me do some math here.
So the deflator is nominal over real times 100. Jeez. Country's output.
I don't like this chapter. I'm just saying.
What does it mean by the country's output? Is that just how much they produced, or like? It can't be the inflation.
Glossary. Output. They don't put it in there. Okay. Index.
Well,
Output 458. Hang on a second. That's way at the end of the book. 458. Look in chapter 21 because that's where it says output, but I don't know. I can't find it on this page. I'd need like a shift list.
That's probably not where it's going to be if it's that far ahead.
Oh, wait, here it is. Output is determined by the supplies of capital and labor and the available production technology for turning capital and labor into output. We will call this output. Well, that's kind of dumb.
Yeah, that's probably not what it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Weird. I don't know.
So here is a definition. Economic output is the total value of all goods and services produced in an economy. It is a regular tool used in macroeconomic analysis to determine whether an economy is growing or contracting by comparing output during two different points in time. It's also used to compare the relative output between different countries. So it's a measure of the value of all goods and services produced.
Okay. So it would basically just be $4 times 100 plus 150 times 180 for 2015, and then we just compare that to the other years.
What question are you on?
15.
Okay.
So we have to calculate the output for each year, and then figure out how much it increased from year to year, right?
I think so.
I don't even know how much it increased.
That didn't. I'm trying to look it up and see if I can find it on that.
Oh, there it is. I think I got it. So I think it's A. So I don't really know how to explain this. Let me try to write it down. So can you guys see my screen still?
Yes.
Okay. So what I did was I took. So I found the output for each year, right? So for 2015, it was the $4 times 100 plus the 150 times 180.
Okay.
Times.
Yeah.
So that's about 670. And then the output for 2016, you do that same thing where it's $4 times 120 plus $2 times 200, and that got us 880. So then I took the difference of those to see how much we grew.
Oh, gotcha.
Which is 210. And then you have to see how much of an increase that was, which is just 210 over 670, which about 0.313. So it grew by 31%.
You're a genius.
So I think I just kind of lucked out in doing the first two and not having to go through the rest of them. But
cool.
Does that make sense?
Garrett, what are your thoughts on that?
Oh, I guess he's gone or something. I don't know.
Oops.
His mic is turned off.
Oh, sorry. I forgot I put myself on mute. I was talking this whole time. I'm sorry.
Oh, dang.
But no, I think it all looks pretty good so far. I still feel like it's D for Delta.
53%?
Or no. Sorry. I was totally looking at the wrong one. I have C for Charlie.
Okay. How did you get to that number?
So the way I did it is I just kind of took every year. I added up all of what their total GDP is, I guess, and I just kind of divided each year into itself. They're each like divide 2016 into 2015, whatever. And the only one that I got a match for was C for Charlie.
Okay.
So that could be wrong. I'm not entirely sure, but that's how I did it.
So did you do it the way that Brian set it up, where he multiplied out the times the quantity?
I don't think I did it quite exactly that way, but I need to.
Well, because let's see. I mean, you might be doing it right. I'm so sorry. I don't know how to contribute to this one. I haven't read this part yet.
Yeah, this was one of those ones that I really wasn't sure on. That's kind of where, that's as far as I've gotten, and I was just kind of hurrying while I was doing all these. So.
Well, I'm probably doing it wrong because I got B also as a correct answer, so I must be calculating some other number or something.
I don't know. I mean, you could totally be right. I really.
No, like I got A as correct and B as correct. Like, like I got that it grew by 31% in the first year and by 42% the next year. Yeah. So I don't know what I'm calculating, but it must not be the right thing.
I don't know either. All my numbers look a little different. But the only one that I had a match for that was even remotely close was C, the 15.4%.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we could come back to it. I don't know.
Yeah. Let's move on.
All right. So for number 16, I have B for Bravo.
Okay.
Yeah, just showing that. Yeah, that was kind of, that's what I got for that one. Did you guys have a chance to try that one or not yet?
No. I maxed out at 12.
Yeah. And then the rest of these, I haven't quite finished yet. I've done number 19 and 20 while we've been going through this a little bit, but I don't have 17 and 18 yet.
Okay.
Okay, so inflation rate, I saw that in the book. So that's in 10-4B.
10-4B. Okay.
So that's below the GDP deflator. You get to the inflation rate, and so you have to calculate the deflator for year 2 and for year 1, and then it has a formula there.
And then divide it by the deflator of year 1.
Right.
Oh wait, you have to, and then you multiply that division problem by 100.
Right. But I'm not sure how to figure out the deflators for these because in order to get the deflator you need to know the nominal GDP and the real GDP. So I'm not really sure how to calculate the real GDP from this.
Let's see, the real GDP, and this is right up in probably 10-4A.
Oh, here we go. I'm an idiot. Yeah, so in 10-4A, it has that graph there. So it's $1. Okay. So that's the same thing. Oh, so you just take the same. So the real GDP takes the same prices from the base year, but you just calculated times the quantity from the next years.
Hold on a second. Where are you getting that from?
In the graph on 10-4A.
I've got that. Table 2?
Yeah. So the nominal GDP, you multiply each price by its quantity for that year, but for the real GDP, you have your base year, and you only use those prices, but you use every other year's quantity.
Oh, I got it. Okay, so calculating the GDP deflator, you use, gotcha. Okay, I see what you're doing there. So 2016, the hot dogs thing. So you have to, in figuring out the GDP deflator, you have to figure out all of the factors per year, right?
Yeah.
I'm confused here.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to do this one either.
Okay, so go back to that table, Brian, that you were going through. Like it's, I can see the flow of it, but I'm a little confused. We're extracting the information from the very top where prices and quantities. You see where that? Okay, I got it. get back on that screen. Okay. Calculating the nominal, I see in 2016, just from the example in the book, that you're taking the price of one hot dog, it's $1, and you're multiplying it times the quantity, and then you're adding basically product B or unit B, and you're doing the same thing. So that's 100 times or plus 100. And then, but for 2017, it's $2 times 100 plus times 100. That's right. And 300 times 2, $4 times 150. So then we have to figure out that nominal thing and then take the end result, the sum of each of those years. Is that what we're plugging in?
I'm not sure what you mean. So this is what I got for the nominal and real GDPs for each year. So that's just basically exactly how they did it in the book. So the nominal is just price times quantity for each year, and then the real is just the price from the base year from 2010, but then for like 2011, it's the price of the base year times the quantity of 2011. So it's 200 plus 120.
Wait. Okay, so are you taking the price from the previous year?
Yes.
Oh, write that on your expand out your little sticky note and write that down on there.
Well, it's basically exactly how they're doing it in the book. So for 2017 and for 2018, they still keep that same price from the base year, but they're going up to to that year's quantities.
Okay.
Why?
I have no idea. I don't know why they do it. I just know that's how they're doing it.
So because are they doing that to, let's see. No. I'm talking out loud to myself. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
So they just take the very first cost.
Right. So whatever your base year is, that price stays constant across every other year.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. Because it's actually written right there for us. Base year 2016.
Right.
Okay. Now I understand why you're using that. Okay, I didn't see that before.
Now it makes sense. I get it. Okay. So that would mean, is it B for Bravo?
I'm not sure. I have to figure that out. So the deflators for each year. Be nominal over real, which is 260, which is just going to be 100, and that's going to be 40 over 20, which is 137.5. 12 is 690. 390. That's 176.9. And 2013, we have 500. Those are the deflators, and then to calculate the inflation rate, we're going it for 2010 to 2011. So that's going to be 137.5 minus 100 all over 100 all times 100. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So in the end, it's just going to be 37.5.
37.5 divided by 100, which makes it 0.375 times 100. So 37.5 again.
Yeah, but that's none of the answers, so I don't know if I did that right.
Well, let's rework it. Let's see.
Deflator for the base year always equals 100. Yeah, so it should. So I think I must have gotten it for 2011 wrong somehow. So that's 200. So yep, that's I don't know. Well, I guess I would guess it was B as in Bravo, because that's the closest one to what I got, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I kind of agree though. I feel like it might be B as in Bravo. I feel like that one, it really is kind of the closest.
Yeah, like I don't know where my math is off on this, but yeah. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna go for B then.
All right. I think I feel pretty good about it. I feel like that one's close enough that it should be right.
Okay. Cool. Is that okay with you, Rachel?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we can see what the right answer was when we submit it. Okay, so question 18. Table below contains data for the country of Togogo. Base year is 1974. Oh, great. More inflation.
You guys are having my same love affair with this chapter, which is not.
There's not one. Okay. Well. Okay, so we already have the nominal GDP and the GDP inflator. Or deflator, sorry. So we don't have to do quite as much crazy math. I'll keep that. So the inflation rate should just be the deflator from year 2 minus the deflation in year 1.
Okay.
So if we're going from 75 to 76, it should just be 150 minus 120 over 120.
Oh, so that would be, it's either A or B. It's going to be 25% of something.
Yeah,
so let's
25%.
say. Okay,
So, and then we went from 3,000 to 3,750. So the output did grow.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say that it's B.
Yeah, that looks right to me.
Okay, cool.
Hold on. Okay, you selected B.
Yes.
Okay. Um,
You guys can see my screen, right?
Not right now. Oh, yes, we can.
Yeah. Okay.
okay. I think I don't understand how that was calculated. Hold on. Did you have a Post-it note that you stuck up there?
I can. Let me pull it up. So, so the book says that inflation is just the deflator from year 2 minus the deflator in year 1 over the deflator in year 1 times 100. So let me get that out of the way. So in our case, year 1 is going to be 1975, and year 2 is 1976. So we're taking the deflator from 76, which is 120, which is 150, minus the deflator from year 1, which is 120, and all of that is going to be over 120. And then we multiply that by 100. So this is going to give us 0.25.
Can you go back and put your 1975 in front of that formula?
In front of what formula?
The 150 minus 120 divided by 120.
Well, this is the inflation for 1976.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
So that's just 30 over 120, which is 0.25 plus 25% in year 2, or in 1976.
So we skipped 1974.
Yeah, we don't really need to do anything with 1974
Okay, how come?
because the question's only asking from 1975 to 1976.
Oh, okay. All right. I need to read better. You're right.
And so we've already got the deflators, so the only math that we really have to do is for this formula here for the inflation rate. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and do that one too. Okay. Cool. So should we move on?
Yes. I'm so sorry that I'm not more prepared this
No,
week.
that's fine. That's fine. No worries.
Usually I am.
Yeah, I'm not finished. I mean, I haven't been super prepared either. I think we're all okay.
Yeah. All right. So GDP per person tells us the income and expenditure of
C for Charlie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Average person.
And then for number 20, I have C for Charlie again.
Underground economy. What's otherwise legal transactions go unreported or unrecorded?
Because my understanding was it was anything that would like not show up, something that can't be traced. So basically, like drug dealers, gambling, I don't know, stuff like that. I think is kind of what I understood.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, I guess Las Vegas isn't necessarily. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I think it's C.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, that's all I had.
Great.
Cool.
Thank you guys so much. I think you have saved my bacon this week.
Same here. I'm glad we could all get together.
Yeah, for sure.
And Brian, you're going to put this and post the link?
Yeah, so this is on YouTube, so we're actually live on YouTube right now. But yeah, I'll post a link to this as soon as I'm done recording it.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank
no
you.
worries.
You're the man.
All right, cool. Well,
This is me signing out. Maybe if I can find the button.
Yep. We'll see you guys next week.
Yep.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.